Have you ever wondered why it seems like every basketball player has a podcast? Why did basketball suddenly turn into podcast basketball?
I gotta guard my guy. Like, that's it. They don't have the whole concept of shutting the whole floor down.
Let's break it down. A pro athlete's career is short. You can get injured, traded, benched, and boom, your income disappears. Back in the day, when players retired, the only options were coaching, working at a club, or trying to get a job in TV. But now, they can build their own projects. Podcasts give players a way to earn money while they're still playing and build something that lasts long after they retire. It's an income, it's sustainability, and most importantly, it's theirs.
Welcome to Podcast P, your new favorite hoops and coaches show that you didn't know you needed.
Think about old sports media. Players would sit down with a TV journalist, talk for 1 hour, and only 15 seconds of the interview would make the cut. And usually it's the most dramatic part. With podcasts, players finally controlled the storytelling. No editing tricks, no headlines taken out of context. They speak freely, share long stories, and fans get to hear their real voice, not the TV version of them.
I just feel like my story is not being told, and people have this perception of who I am, and it's a way for me to give back to fans and people that don't know who I am, give them an insight of who I am, you know what I mean? And so it just became intriguing at this point in my career. Y'all my boys, man, I thought it'd have been fun, to share this space with y'all.
PG just said it. It's a fun thing to do with friends, not an obligation. Compare that with this interview that was done for the US national team before the Olympics. Look at the body language of these three guys and how they articulate their answers. They got their PR hats on and are talking in phrases, not in a natural way.
Be doing each other a disservice if we just talked about the game. I think just the way how we handle business, off the floor, how we've build ourselves up and our families and our culture and our communities.
Let's be honest, this is boring as shit. Fans want to hear your honest opinion, inside info, and to hear how you view the game. Compare this to his podcast with Steve Nash. The two of them know each other very well and talk high-level basketball over a glass of wine. Before Steve, LeBron did this regularly with JJ Redick, who in the end became an LA Lakers coach. So podcasting can even get you a job outside of the media world. One of the biggest advantages, players already know everyone. Teammates, coaches, GMs, legends, celebrities. They don't need to chase guests. Guests want to be on their shows. That's why podcasts hosted by athletes instantly feel more exclusive than anything a journalist can produce. The conversations go deeper, funnier, and way more real. How would anybody get Nikola Jokic on a podcast? Tell me. Only Michael Porter Jr. could do it because Jokic likes him and he knows it won't be the same boring stuff a journalist would ask him. Let's be honest, the real cheat code is production. A podcast is the easiest content format for an athlete. To make a documentary or a lifestyle vlog, you need multiple camera operators, hours of B-roll, storytelling, heavy editing, lighting setups, big time commitment. But a podcast, you need 2 cameras, a table, microphones, and that's it. There's barely any scripting, barely any editing. You sit down, talk, cut out dead moments, upload. Once you have your studio set up, you don't need to change stuff around week in, week out. It's simple, flexible, and extremely cost effective, which is why so many athletes choose it. You can film a 2-hour podcast and then make hundreds of clips and vertical videos for social media that get even more views and monetization than the full-length podcast. And finally, podcasts pay. Sponsorships, ad revenue, merch, live shows, event appearances. Some players make more from their podcast than from anything they could do after their basketball careers end. Plus, it builds a long-term brand. If you stop playing basketball tomorrow, your podcast, it stays. Your audience stays. Your platform stays. What's your favorite player podcast right now and why? Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.